దత్తాత్రేయ వచ్చిండు. హలో కామ్ నేను క్లాస్, ఎందుకంటే ఈ క్లాస్ లో మాట్లాడద్దు. హలో
హలో
రైట్. So good morning all. So today let us start new chapter, that is quadratic equations and expressions. So in this chapter we discuss first quadratic expressions, second one is quadratic equations, third one is nature of the roots of quadratic equation, fourth one is the next sign changes of a quadratic expression. Sign changes of a quadratic expression will be discussed. The next, extreme values of a quadratic expression. So these are the discussion points in this chapter. So next in this one, that is called minimum or maximum, will be discussed. Next, the sixth one is inequalities. So related to the quadratic, right? So these are going to be covered in this chapter. So first from basic level 2, so we will develop the levels. First, what is meant by the quadratic expression? Quadratic expression. Quadratic expression. See, an expression of the form Revati, right? Right. An expression of the form ax square, that means highest degree is 2 here, ax square plus bx plus c, a does not equal to 0, where a comma b comma c are real numbers or imaginary, it may be, means complex numbers is called a quadratic equation. In variable x. This is also called general form of a quadratic expression. Generally, we write like this quadratic equation. P of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Or in some textbooks, it may be written f of x also. Function of x. Ax square plus bx plus c. Here condition a should not be equal to 0. In 10th class level, generally we use p of x. If you go for higher classes, intermediate, generally we say f of x. Right now, in this chapter, I use f of x letter itself only, f of x only. But don't by heart all these definitions. The concept is enough for us. But now, at this level, previous, they used to ask the definitions in the examination. But now they don't ask any definitions because the only memory based questions will not be given in the examination. That is the condition is there. So even for your 10th class examination also, definitions will not be given. Sure, that's okay. So examples. This is for our sake of understanding only. Examples. See, x square minus 5x plus 6. It's one of the examples for the quadratic expression. 3x square minus 7. So there may be x term may be absent, no problem. Or x square or 5x square. This is also all are examples for the quadratic expressions. Or generally this I is known as imaginary unit. This is equal to root of minus 1. Even you can write like this also. Ix square minus of 1 plus I into x plus 5. Here actually see I minus of 1 plus I are the complex numbers. It may be complex numbers also. A, B, C may be complex numbers or real. If it is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c, then it is called a quadratic expression. These are the examples for the quadratic expression. Okay, now next concept we need to discuss zero of
Sir, one show previous page.
quadratic expression. Zero of a quadratic expression. You need to say yes or no, then I will move.
Yes.
I'm writing, sir. I'm writing. Completed.
Next, zero of a quadratic expression. See, a complex number, complex or real, it may be. A complex number alpha is said to be a zero of a quadratic expression f of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. where a does not equal to 0. If f of alpha is equal to 0, or we can write a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. That means if you substitute all in the place of x alpha, if you get 0, then that alpha is said to be 0 of the quadratic expression or quadratic polynomial also. So let us have a discussion on example now. Example. So consider a quadratic expression f of x is equal to x square minus 5x plus 6. Now find f of 2. How could you find f of 2? That means the value of the polynomial at x is equal to 2. In the place of x, we need to substitute 2. That is 2 square minus 5 times 2 plus 6. 2 square is 4, 10 plus 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. 10 minus 10 is equal to 0. So that means that 2, the value of 2, if you substitute x is equal to 2, it makes 0. See the definition now here. If f of alpha is equal to 0, then the alpha is said to be a 0. Now f of 2 is equal to 0. So therefore, we conclude that 2 is the 0 of x square minus 5x plus 6. Clear? This is example 1. Shall I move to next one?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So let us consider one more example. Consider f of x equals to x square plus 5x plus 6. Now f of minus 3. You find f of minus 3. Then what do you find? What do you observe?
Zero.
So that means minus 3 whole square plus 5 times minus 3 plus 6. Minus 3 whole square is 9, plus into minus minus 15 plus 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. So therefore, minus 3 is the 0 of x square plus 5x plus 6. Right. So let us consider one more example. Consider f of x equals to x square plus 1. So now find f of I, where I is the imaginary unit.
Sir, once you today starting page, sir. Show next page, sir. Show next page, sir. Show next page, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay. So now f of I, that means I square plus 1. I whole square is I square plus 1. The great mathematician Euler or Hamilton, they introduced imaginary unit whose value I square is equal to minus 1. Now in the place of I square, minus 1 replace. Minus 1 plus 1, 0. That means the complex number I now is the 0 of x square plus 1. But x square plus 1 doesn't have no real zeros. X square plus 1 has no real zeros. It has only complex zeros or imaginary zeros. You remember, Nana? Because this question may be asked in 10th class final examination. Do x square plus 1 has real roots or not? Check. You need to check. That can be checked using nature of the roots also. Leave it, that's a second matter. But this is a basic concept. As per the basic concept, if you replace x for I, imaginary unit, you will get 0. So as for the definition, we can say that I is the 0 of x square plus 1. Right, clear? Right.
Yes, sir.
Now let us move to the quadratic equation. This is our concept. Quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. An equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. That means if expression is equated to 0.
Sir, show previous page, sir.
1 minute, Nana, 1 minute, 1 minute. I will. A does not equal to 0, where a comma b comma c are real or complex numbers
Variables.
is called a quadratic equation. A quadratic equation is called a quadratic equation.
Okay, sir.
Here's some important note right now. As far as
Once
quadratic
your
equation,
once your previous page. Okay, sir.
so as far as quadratic expression or quadratic equation is concerned, the general form of the quadratic expression is ax square plus bx plus c, whereas the general form of the quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So now here a comma b comma c are called coefficients of the quadratic expression or quadratic equation, where a is called coefficient of x square, b is called coefficient of x, c is called constant term or x to the power of 0 coefficient. So now here a comma b comma c are called coefficients.
So,
So if you want particularly coefficient of x square equals to
A.
coefficient of
X.
b, next constant term or x to the power of 0 coefficient is c. So now here only I will write the examples, few examples for this quadratic equations. So first example, let us write like this. X square minus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. X square plus 1 equals to 0. Here coefficient of x is absent in the second equation. 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equals to 0. So these are the some examples for the quadratic equation. Right. Next,
One show previous page, sir. Okay, sir.
see the roots of a quadratic equation. Roots of a quadratic equation. Right. A complex number alpha. This is one of the Greek alphabet. Even beta also we can consider. Is said to be a root or solution of the quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 if a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. That means if alpha satisfies ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, indirectly a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0, then alpha
0.
is said to be the root or solution of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And one more important note right down here. Suppose a alpha square plus b alpha plus c is equal to 0. Even a beta square plus b beta plus c is equal to 0. So then we say that alpha comma beta are the roots of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. A does not equal to 0. Right. So one more note, we observe that here zeros of a quadratic quadratic polynomial, so no problem, you can say quadratic polynomial, and the roots of a quadratic equation are same. Because the statement given in the 10th class examination, a student says that zeros of a given quadratic polynomial is same as the roots of a given corresponding quadratic equation. Justify your answer. Is it correct or not? This type of questions may be asked in the examination also. At that time, you take examples. Same example, you take it. One is the for quadratic polynomial or quadratic expression and quadratic equation. You need to show that zeros of quadratic expression and the roots of the quadratic equation are same. Right. So this is the actually basic concept of quadratic expression as well as the quadratic equations we have discussed. Even zeros as well as the roots of a quadratic equation. So now we shall move to the theorem. So this is the theorem, say 1.1 theorem. So theorem may not be asked, but our better understanding. The roots of a
Yes, please, sir.
quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. A does not equal to 0. Or minus b plus or minus root over b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So this is called quadratic formula also. Now we are going to establish quadratic formula.
Answer page number 6. Okay, sir.
Right. So now let us proceed for the proof. So given ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. Multiply both sides with 4a. Since a does not equal to 0. That means indirectly we are not multiplying with 0. Because already given in the theorem itself only, a does not equal to 0. So then it becomes 4a times ax square plus bx plus c equals to 4a times 0. Open the bracket. If you open the bracket, you get 4a square x square plus 4abx plus 4ac. 4a into 0, you will get 0. Take this 4ac to the right hand side. So we get 4a square x square plus 4abx equal to negative 4ac. This 4a square x square we can write 2ax whole square plus this we can write 2 times 2ax. This is 4ax into b write down equal to minus 4ac. So my dear students, if you observe left hand side, this is a square plus 2ab form. It is unfinished perfect square. One term is missing. If you add b square on both sides, the left hand side becomes perfect square. Adding b square on both sides to complete a square. Adding b square on both sides. Adding b square on both sides, what do you get now here? You see 2ax whole square plus 2 into 2ax into b plus b square equal to b square minus 4ac. The left hand side we can write a square plus 2ab plus b square form, a plus b whole square, 2ax plus b whole square equals to, we have b square minus 4ac. Now 2ax plus b equals to, you can write, or taking square root on both sides, root of b square minus 4ac, but you get plus or minus. Our aim is to find x. 2ax equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac. We need x value. Therefore, x equals to minus b plus or minus root of b square minus 4ac upon this 2a. So this is the proof. This was given by the great Indian mathematician Sridharacharya. This will be very easy method he proposed, but later even you go for USA or UK, in USA different states have the different proofs. They have very complicated methods rather than our methods. This is called completing square method. In 10th class also, in the examination you have completing square method. Solve the quadratic equation by using completing square method. So this method also can be done like this, by taking a common out. Also we can make perfect square, then you can solve it. That was then in 10th class textbook you may find like that also. Okay, now tell me, what are the roots of ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0? What are the roots here? Plus or minus means if you take plus sign, you get alpha. If you take minus sign, you get beta. Two roots you will be getting. So that means we conclude that a quadratic equation cannot have more than two roots. The roots will not exceed 2. It has only, we cannot say that only 2 roots, but at most 2 roots. Therefore, the roots of the quadratic equation are alpha first root minus b plus root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a, and second root beta minus b minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So one thing you remember, we can interchange, no problem. We can write this is alpha, we can write this is beta, no problem.